Alright, so what is good, YouTube? It's your boy Legendary E, and we are back here for another video. And if you guys missed my rebuild yesterday, I did do a realistic one with the Los Angeles Lakers. So make sure to go ahead and check out that video. Today, I am going to be coming at you guys with a quick little NBA discussion video. And that's going to be some of my predictions for the awards of the 2018 to 2019 NBA season. So if you guys enjoy these NBA videos, let me know in the comment section below. Make sure to go ahead and smash that like button. Let's aim for 120 likes for another one. And just let me know what we should be talking about next, which topics we should cover this NBA season, and all of that in the comment section below. And also, like I said, let me know y'all's list in the comment section below. Who you guys think is going to be winning all of the awards, as well as the All-NBA teams and stuff like that. Let me know y'all's opinions in the comment section below. And if you guys want to, follow me on Twitter at Legendary EA. But other than that, man, this is going to be a really fun list. Obviously, the season starts in a couple of days. So basically how I did this is for every single award, I have who I think is going to win it, who I think is going to be the runner-up, and probably a sleeper. So we have first, second, and sleeper. That's how I'm going through all of these awards. And then I also didn't list like the all defensive teams, all rookie teams, and stuff like that, just because I feel like those can honestly go either way. This is really just awards and some of the predictions about this season. Let's get straight into it, guys. Let's go. Alright, so pretty much to start this thing off, I do want to start it off with some of my predictions. One bold prediction that I actually have is that the Cleveland Cavaliers possibly making the NBA playoffs. Obviously, nothing high, but I do think that they have a solid chance in the Eastern Conference. They still have a decent team depending on how Kevin Love plays, depending on how, I guess now, George Hill or Colin Sexton plays. Look, the East is very top heavy. After that, it can pretty much go either way, and I think that the Cavs have a chance at sliding in at that 8th seed. Another prediction that I do have is that Markelle Fultz, in his second year, he puts up around 16 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds a game. I think that that is very fair. He's going to be starting a shooting guard for him, so I think that that is very achievable. And these are just the big ones that I'm going to be talking about, and obviously I have the Golden State Warriors winning the NBA championship, and of course the finals with them and the Boston Celtics. Now, obviously anything can happen as far as these prediction goes, but I just wanted to throw in some of my predictions before I get into the actual awards. I don't have all that many. Those are pretty much the only ones, and they just needed to go somewhere in this video. But other than that, let's get straight into the awards, because I think that's what everybody is here for. And we're going to be starting off with the 6th Man of the Year award. Now, obviously, last year, Lou Will won it by a landslide. He was a beast last season. And the year before that, it was Eric Gordon. Look, this year, as far as my sleeper goes, they actually happen to be both on the same team. My sleepers are going to be Marcus Smart and Terry Rozier. Depending on whoever the actual 6th man is, whoever gets more tick, I think those guys are going to be amazing off the bench. And normally, I think those guys are going to be amazing off the bench. Now, originally, I was thinking about Isaiah Thomas, obviously him in Denver, but I'm not sure how their lineup is going to be working. He might actually start a couple of games for them. Like, I'm looking at the roster right now using Real GM, and look, it's hard to actually gauge how many minutes Isaiah Thomas is gonna be playing, and even how the lineup is going to look. But if Isaiah Thomas does come off of the bench, he will definitely be my sleeper. But for right now, we're going to go with Marcus Smart and Terry Rozier as the sleepers. Now, as far as who I think is going to finish off second in the 6th man race, I think that's going to be JJ Redick. Like I said, Markelle Fultz is starting a shooting guard, and I think that JJ is going to be putting up numbers off the bench. So we got to have him there. And as far as who I think is going to be 6th man of the year, I think that's got to be Dennis Schroeder. Now, the only problem with Dennis Schroeder is Russell Westbrook missing some games this season. I'm not sure how many games you actually need to come off the bench to actually be qualified for 6th man of the year. But if Russ misses over 20 games, I don't think Schroeder's going to win it. But if Russ does come back in the time he's supposed to, I think he's supposed to be out for the next couple of weeks. We're going to see how this goes. But if Russ is not injured for too long, I do think that Dennis Schroeder could win 6th man of the year. But if he's not, I would not be surprised if JJ Redick swept up that award. Yo, next up, we got Defensive Player of the Year. And my sleepers for that are going to be Joel Embiid and Kawhi Leonard. Now, the reason why is obviously Joel Embiid, he finished top 2 last year in Defensive Player of the Year voting, and I still think he's going to be an amazing defender this year. And truth be told, whenever I first drafted this, I had him coming in at second place, but there are just 2 players that I think are going to have monster years defensively. And the reason why Kawhi is not up there is because, look, man, he missed nearly a year of basketball. Yes, I know that the last season he played like 14, 15 games. It wasn't that good in them. I just think that he is going to struggle a little bit, and I still expect him to actually be a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. I just don't see him winning it this year, but hey, I could definitely be wrong. Kawhi probably was not even hurt last year. We don't know what's going to happen, but as far as number 2 goes, I have Rudy Gobert. Obviously, he was last year's Defensive Player of the Year. I think that he's still going to be one of the best, if not the best defender in the NBA. And as far as who I have winning Defensive Player of the Year, I have that being Anthony Davis. I think that Anthony Davis this year, we're going to see the best version of him yet. I think that he's gotten better in almost every single way, and I think he has to win some award. So I think that this one has got to be it. It's either going to be him or Rudy Gobert. I think those guys are locks for Defensive Player of the Year. I just gave Davis the slight edge. Next up, we got Coach of the Year, and for this one, I don't even have any sleepers. At number 2, I have Coach Bud of the Milwaukee Bucks. Just because I feel like that team is going to be a really good team, and that team was always good, but now they actually have a system in place, and I think he's going to propel them to winning so much more games. And obviously, for Coach of the Year, I got Brad Stevens. Last year that man got robbed. I don't care how many games Dwayne Casey won, he was not better than Brad Stevens. So yeah, that's who I got as my Coach of the Year. Next up, we have Most Improved Player, and just to start this thing off, Markelle Fultz, I don't believe he qualifies for Most Improved Player. I don't think that he played enough games to actually be qualified for this award, so he's not going to be on it, because if he qualifies, I definitely had him as being the Most Improved Player. I mean, he's obviously going to take a huge jump statistically. But as far as my sleeper for this, I do have De'Aaron Fox. Yeah, I do have a rookie on this, just because watching him play in the Summer League, he's somebody who's gotten so much better. Like, his shooting has gotten better, his playmaking has gotten better, and he, of course, was already a great defender. And I think that him having Bagley, him having Giles, him having Willie Cauley-Stein, all big men. But look, I think the Kings, I think they're still going to be a terrible team. They are still going to definitely be a bottom 5 team, but I still think that that young team is going to show us flashes of their future, because I think that they have a pretty bright future. But he is my sleeper for right now. My second sleeper is somebody who has disappointed me for the last couple of seasons, man. He always makes this list. Normally, he's number 1, no cap. It's D'Angelo Russell. All right, look, D-Lo back on this list, but I do got to say, if he doesn't win it, if I don't see a huge improvement in his game, he ain't making this list again. All right, he is at number 2 this time because he has looked amazing in this Summer League, but once again, he fools us every single year with that. He always comes in super hot, dropping 30 points, hitting buzzer beaters, doing all of that stuff. But yeah, this is the last year. Wiggins already been expired making this list, but D'Angelo Russell, I am expecting a lot more. We've been hearing a lot about you working out a lot this summer. Let's see if it translates. Let's see if it translates, because if it does, I mean, Brooklyn's team, it's not terrible. It won't make the playoffs, but I mean, actually being in the East, who really knows? But I do have D'Angelo Russell finishing at number 2 in Most Improved Player. And as far as who I think is going to win it, well, for that one, I have Brandon Ingram. I got Brandon Ingram winning Most Improved just because I think that his role is going to be a lot better this year in Los Angeles, playing with LeBron. They're in a win now mentality. He's been working out all summer, getting better at everything. Obviously, Ingram is obviously he's a good defender, he's a good playmaker, and all we need to work on is his jump shot. If his jump shot gets right, because we all knew him coming out of college as a scorer. If his jump shot gets right, this man could legit be a 20-point scorer this year. This season, I can see him putting up around 19.5 to 20, maybe 21 points per game, somewhere around on that. I think that's very, very fair. And obviously the Lakers are going to be in the playoffs, so I have him as my most improved player. And yeah, those are my guys for most improved. Let me know what you guys think about them in the comment section below. So next up are the two awards that people actually care about, and that's Rookie of the Year and the MVP. Obviously, I'm saving the MVP for last, but starting off at Rookie of the Year, my sleepers who actually win that award are Trae Young and Miles Bridges. Obviously, Trae Young is coming out of the draft. I pretty much said that he was a boom or bust type prospect, and I still believe that. But him in Atlanta, he's gonna put up numbers in Atlanta. They are definitely not trying to win at all. So I think that he's gonna put up the stats. I just think that the two guys ahead of him are going to be doing that and winning more games. So I have them there. And Miles Bridges, I mean, if you guys watched my videos leading up to like the draft, I said he was like the safest pick in the draft. I said that him and Wendell Carter were going to be good players no matter what. And Bridges has really shown us in this, he's really shown us in these preseason games that he's that guy. He's been knocking on his jumpers. He's insanely athletic. He plays defense. And I think he is a dark horse to win Rookie of the Year. I don't think he's gonna win it, but yo, he's definitely a sleeper in my opinion. At number 2, we have the #1 overall pick, Deandre Ayton. And the only reason why I don't have him winning this award, well, I'll tell you whenever I get to like the actual guy that I have winning it. But as far as Deandre Ayton goes, he's been great. He was decent in the summer league, and he's been great in the preseason. The only reason why I don't really have him winning it is because whenever Devin Booker comes back, he's not putting up those same amounts of points per games. But he has been doing good on offense, and he's actually been playing defense, so that is definitely promising. Now, for Rookie of the Year, I have Luka Doncic, and the reason why, I don't think that Luka is really necessarily better than Deandre Ayton. I actually do not think that at all. I think that Luka's in a better situation. He's going to be winning a lot more games. He's going to be putting up around, I would say around 15 points per game, around 4 assists, maybe 5 rebounds. That's honestly like a really good stat line. And I think that he's on a better team. Obviously, he has Dennis Smith Jr., he has Harrison Barnes, and he has DeAndre Jordan and Dirk. That's a way better team than DeAndre Ayton putting up empty stats on the Suns with a 25 per game point scorer. And another player like TJ Warren, who's also going to be getting his own buckets. DeAndre's just going to have less chances to score than Luka. Luka's also going to have the ball in his hands a lot more. So I can see him winning Rookie of the Year. So the last award that we have is the MVP. And the MVP is something that every single year is super controversial. There's one player that a lot of people are hyping up for the MVP. I just don't see him winning it, and I'm pretty much going to explain why whenever I get to it. But I have 3 sleepers for the MVP, and those are Kyrie Irving, Giannis, and LeBron. And before you guys just straight up kill me for having LeBron as a sleeper and not at 1 or 2, alright, so first of all, Kyrie Irving, I think that he has a chance of winning it because the Celtics are going to be the #1 or the #2 seed in the East, and he's the best player by far. He's going to put up his numbers regardless. I have Giannis on this because originally I had Giannis winning this award until I remembered how the MVP is typically chosen. Yeah, I had Giannis as the MVP, and then I was like, hold on. That doesn't correlate with what the MVP really is, because I do not think that the Bucks are going to be a top 3 seed. So we're gonna see about that. But as far as LeBron, like I said, man, normally the MVP, you win it if you have a storyline, you do something historical, and you have a top 3 seed in your conference, and you have to have 2 out of 3 of those. So we look at Russell. Russell's the only player in recent history to win that award without being a top 3 seed, and that was because of the storyline of Kevin Durant snaking him averaging a triple-double. Historic, and the storyline. James Harden, honestly, if we want to be real, James Harden's numbers were close. His numbers were close. He had a better seed, but he didn't have the storyline and historic season. Like, James Harden's season was historic, but he didn't have the same storyline that Russ did. So that was his L. And I feel like LeBron has the storyline, but he's not gonna have that seed, and I don't think that he's gonna do anything historic this season. That's the only reason why. I honestly have the Lakers around, the highest I can see them as being the 5th seed. That's the highest. That's the highest that I can give them, but they might honestly finish around 6 or 7. But as far as number 2, I have James Harden. James Harden is always going to be in the MVP voting unless they have voters fatigue of actually voting him there. But he's always going to do it because his team is always going to be a top 2 seed. He's always going to put up ridiculous numbers, ridiculous stats, and just help his team win games. And at number 1, I have Kevin Durant. And I know it's been popular to hate on KD, but KD is the second, if not, he is a 1B type player in the NBA. I put him and LeBron both at number 1 because honestly, both of them are just amazing and have almost 0 holes in their game in general. But I have Kevin Durant winning the MVP because, like I said, the Warriors are going to be a top 2 seed. He's the best player on that team. He's still going to put up around 25 plus points per game. He's going to be playing defense. He's going to be getting boards. He's been doing everything that he's been doing the last few years. But I feel like nobody has that storyline except for LeBron. And Kevin Durant, this is probably his last year in Golden State. I'd be shocked if he does not walk away with an MVP, especially at the levels that he's been playing. But let's actually see, because of course he has Steph and Clay, and I don't think that Boogie is going to be that much of a difference in his numbers. But so yeah, those are all of my awards and predictions for the 2018-2019 NBA season. Let me know y'all's in the comment section below. Let me know if you guys like my list, man. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comment section below. Make sure you go ahead and like this video, and of course subscribe, and let me know what you guys think about it, man. Let me know, because I really look forward to reading all of the comments about what you guys think. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace, y'all.